Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, please rise for the procession of the graduands and remain standing for the academic procession.
Welcome to the Spring Convocation of Kwantlen Polytechnic University. We are gathered here today on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people who have lived here for millennia. Our university overlaps with the ancestral lands of the Swasan, the Musqueam, the Semiahmoo, the Katzie, the Kikit, the Coquitlam, and of course, the Kwantlen, who bestowed their name on this university. We thank all of our First Nations for sharing their land and resources with us in friendship and in peace. Our elder in residence, Lakaitan, is here to bless the convocation. Please remain standing.
My dear ones, congratulations to all of our young ones who have made the journey of life in the last 16 years of your education. You have worked so hard. You deserve this day to celebrate forever and ever. Stakkosan, the chief of the hereditary teachings of the Kwantlen First Nation, always sends his regard as this day being one of the highest celebrations in our lives. Siams, the Siams. The Siams are the ones that are highest in our life today. You can't get any higher in your life as a Siam. Siams to my right and the Siams to my left. They worked very hard in the last 4 years to make sure that this day would come to a good journey. Your final destination for some, but for others, to make sure that you continue on with the education until your last breath. Siams of the family, Siams of everyone that we walked with in our lives are of great importance today. The Siams of the future, who will teach the grandchildren how to succeed in life in a good way. Show them that pathway that you went on. The Siams are so important to me today. It gives me great honor to bestow this welcome upon the university today from all of the Lower Coast Salish peoples. Stakkosan, Chief Marilyn Gabriel, sends that message, making sure that we too return that respect, love, honor. Everything that we have in our lives, from our youth in the room to the tiny tots and to those that are making their way in their journey for next year. We're going to do this again in the fall, and I'm sure the same feeling of love and compassion will always follow the Siams that are up here on this day, this most important day of your life. Haitsupka to all of you, all my relations. Have a wonderful day. Haitsupka.
Thank you, Lakaitan. Please stay standing for the singing of O Canada, led by Lauren Berg, a student in KPU's music program, and accompanied on piano by Tilden Webb.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Guard
Please be seated. I declare Kwantlen Polytechnic University's Convocation in session to honor our 2018 graduates. My name is Alan Davis, and I have the privilege of serving as KPU's President and Vice-Chancellor. Convocation means to call together by summons, and in universities, convocations are called for the conferring of credentials and for the recognition of outstanding achievement. I'd like to introduce members of the Platform Party, who is so big that we're actually spilling onto the floor today, but please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. KPU's Chancellor, Dr. George Melville. From KPU's Board of Governors, Suzanne Pierce. From the KPU Alumni Association Board, Kathy Lee Pugsley and Dale McMillan. The Honourable Ginny Sims, Minister of Citizen Services and MLA for Surrey Panorama. The MLA for Surrey Guildford, Gary Begg. The MLA for Surrey Fleetwood, Jagrup Brar. The MLA for Surrey White Rock, Tracy Redis. The members of our faculty who are here today. Our Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Salvador Ferreras. Our Vice President External Affairs, Marlene Graziano. The Associate Vice President Academic, Dr. Steve Cardwell. Our Vice Provost Students, Dr. Jane Fee. The University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation, Zena Mitchell. The Dean of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design, Carolyn Robertson. The Dean of Science and Horticulture, Dr. Betty Warbeck. The Associate Dean of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design, Andra Gundry. And the Associate Dean of Science and Horticulture, Dr. Joel Murray. The University Librarian, Todd Mundell, and our Distinguished Service Award recipient, Maureen Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in acknowledging the Platform Party. Also joining us in the audience today, the Honourable Bruce Ralston, Minister of Jobs, Trades and Technology and MLA for Surrey Whalley. Bruce, welcome. Our MLA for Surrey South and a distinguished KPU alumna, Stephanie Cadieux. Welcome, Stephanie. And our Member of Parliament for Surrey Newton, Suk Dhaliwal. Welcome, Suk. Quick shout out to Jessica Larson, proud KPU alumna and constituents assistant to Minister Sims. Welcome, Jessica. Chancellor Melville, would you please bring greetings to the convocation?
President Davis, board members, Senate members, graduates, honored guests, family members, faculty, staff, and alumni. Welcome to Kwantlen Polytechnic University's Spring Convocation Ceremony. Today we celebrate the successes of our graduates. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to each and every one of you. You should be very proud of the work you've done and the decisions you've made that have gotten you here today. I'd like to talk about two things this morning, pride and passion. I'm lucky. I love what I do, and I've always striven to pursue what I'm passionate about. When my peers in grade school talked about becoming doctors, astronauts, firemen, I dreamed of becoming a chartered accountant. Who would have ever thought that my dream would bring me to this stage as your chancellor today? I didn't know then where following that passion would lead me, but I do know this. People who are successful find success through passion. Everyone starts at the same level, and it's passion that sets you apart. So of the two things I'd like to leave with you today, one is to encourage you to find something you want to do, and the other is when you do it with passion. Today you join a community of alumni, many of whom have found great success doing just that. These include the award-winning CEO of a multi-million-dollar company operating right here in Surrey, two grads who have opened a wildly successful Hong Kong-inspired sweet shop in Vancouver, a leading neuropsychologist helping children in the US, and the head of Kosovo's Department for Euro-Atlantic Integration. Our grads are philanthropists, critical thinkers, entrepreneurs, and global citizens. This university's alumni are representing KPU locally, nationally, and globally in an incredibly impactful way. Today you join that community, one I'm proud to be part of as a KPU alumnus. And as each of you pursue your own passions and embark on your own paths to success, I hope you join me in sharing that pride. With each of our own individual successes, we help make KPU's reputation a little bit bigger, better, and bolder. So graduates, be passionate and take pride in what you do and where you've come from. On behalf of your university, I wish you continued success. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Remy Efrose will address the convocation on behalf of the graduates. Remy graduates today with a Bachelor of Science in Health Science.
Good morning, everyone. Greetings to families, friends, KPU faculty members, staff, alumni. Today, I feel extremely privileged and honored to speak to you all. It is truly a dream come true. For this day, I have waited for many years. It is an opportunity of lifetime for me, and I am extremely grateful to the Convocation Committee and thank everyone at KPU for making this day so special for all of us. Before I go on and tell you something about my life and my journey at KPU, I'd like to make a small request to all of you. Could you please take a few moments and congratulate the person next to you? Thank you. Thank you very much. By doing this, you just made a positive impact, an impression of kindness, and a memory to last for a very long time for another person. Actually, kindness and relationship are two very powerful words. They can be infinite with possibilities, however, don't need to be mandatory. These are the acts we choose to do throughout our lives. My life story would be incomplete if I don't share with you the power of relationship and kindness between two very special women in my life. I call both of them my mom. One who gave birth to me, and the other who sacrificed her entire life. To fight for my right as a girl and a young woman. She's my mom's best friend. After I was born, my mom was severely ill, and her best friend came to stay with her for a few days. At one point of her sickness, my mom seriously thought that she would not make through that. And with tons of trust, she handed me to her best friend. At that moment, a precious and unique relationship was built between a 25-year-old unmarried young woman and a newborn. A relationship that made her a mother instantly. After about a year, my mother actually recovered from her illness, but her friend could never recover from the motherhood. She became my mom for the rest of her life and sacrificed her own desires and dreams. She lived, breathed, and fought for me every day. She fought against a social context and religious stigma that often precluded women not to have the right to education and even life. She, along with many women, were the victims of such social injustice and could never attend college. Therefore, she understood it very well that without higher education, empowerment and success for women was practically impossible. And for that reason, she was compelled not to let that injustice happen to me. I clearly remember that my mom would accompany me to school and college every day. She even kept a pocket knife and a pepper spray in her purse so that she could protect me. She never cared whether she was okay or sick, never took a day off. Her aim was to make me capable to the extent that one day people would recognize women as no lesser capable than a man. For being ambitious, my family often was socially ostracized, but both of my mom never stopped trying and pushing forward for me. Seeing their struggle and fight for my right made them realize at a very early age what Robert Kennedy once said: "Tragedy is a tool for human to gain wisdom, not a mean by which to live." I actually graduated from National University with a Bachelor of Science with honors, and the credit goes to both of my mom. I was the first woman in the university's history to top in the nation. However, my success was soon met by brutality, as my family was subjected to unbearable harassment by some fanatics who actually was threatened by a women's achievement. Emotionally paralyzed by the situation, I decided to leave the country. And for that reason, I was not able to attend my own graduation ceremony. It's not like that after moving to Canada, everything was picture perfect. Tragedy struck me once again when I was studying at the medical school and was pregnant. My daughter was born at the 6th month of my pregnancy, extremely premature, weighing only 650 grams, size of a newborn diaper. After her birth, she was so sick that she had to go through 4 major surgeries to repair her intestine and heart artery. When she was at the intensive care unit and fighting for her life, I decided to leave medical school. I decided to become a mom and care for her. After 4 months, she was released from the hospital, and every doctor told me that she would have more than 90% chance of being physically or mentally challenged. But deep inside, I knew that a greater sacrifice was possible with a greater outcome was possible with greater sacrifice. A life lesson that I have learned watching my mom sacrificing for me every day. Today, I am very happy to share with you that my daughter is a perfectly healthy, beautiful, brilliant 12-year-old who raises money for BC Children's Hospital every year. After that incident, it took me about 10 years to actually gain courage and come back to school. I had a lot of doubt on myself, on my capability, which has all been cleared in past 2 years. And I sincerely owe that to KPU. Here, I have found wisdom, courage, inspiration, and support at every door I knocked and in every person I met. Therefore, I feel myself extremely privileged to be a part of this great institution. In my small way, I have always tried to contribute it and take my university to a greater level. Whether it was executing the very first student-led health and wellness convention, or by presenting my research at international conferences, or by raising money for the Rohingya refugees and getting recognized by United Nations. However, no matter what I do, I will never be able to repay what this university has done for me, especially for making my dream of attending my own graduation today to come true, which has been unfulfilled for many years. After graduation, I do plan to pursue a PhD in epidemiology and would eventually like to work for the underprivileged women and children around the world to improve their health status. My journey and life at KPU would not be so successful without thanking my mentors. They are my guardian angels. I'd like to say a big thank you to Dr. Karen Davison, Dr. Paul Adam, Dr. Nick Inglis, Dr. Jane Hobson, Dean Betty, and Dr. Fiona Walsh for always supporting me and guiding me toward the right direction. A very special thank you to my beautiful family, my 4 children, and my soulmate. Thank you for standing by me as the pillar of strength. And to both of my mom, I hope you're watching me, my dad and my family back home. Thank you for walking the path of difficulties and challenging when I was young. And thank you for teaching me the greatest lesson of all, that the solid foundation of success are often built upon struggles and failures. My degree and achievement are therefore belong to both of you. Finally, I would like to say a few words to the newly graduates. From here, our life will take different directions. Our paths may or may not ever meet again. No matter which way you go, please always remember that our act is like a wave, and how far this wave will spread will be depending upon the education you gained from here, wisdom you imply, relationship you make, and the kindness you show. May you always remember that selfishness, greed, and egos are the anesthesia of life that may paralyze you forever. May you all be the voice of change and the waves of positivity to make this world a better place for us all. May we all understand, acknowledge, and allow equal rights and opportunity for girls and women around the world, to the extent that one day half of this world's household will run by men and half of the organizations will run by women. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rumi. We will now certify the graduands. Would all the graduands please rise? Chancellor Melville, it is with great pleasure that I hereby certify that the graduands here present and those in absentia have met the requirements for the credentials to be presented this day as prescribed by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and I ask that you confer upon them their credentials.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes of the province of British Columbia, and upon the recommendation of the Senate and the Registrar of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, I confer upon you the credential to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to the credential. In keeping with the tradition of university convocations, please move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations to you all. You may be seated.
We will now present each of our graduates to the convocation. Dr. Jane Fee will present the graduates and be assisted by Zena Mitchell, the University Registrar. Offering congratulations to each graduate as they cross the stage will be myself with the presentation of a commemorative medal, Chancellor Melville, the Dean of each faculty being presented here today, and each graduate will be presented with a gift on behalf of the Kpu Alumni Association. Graduates, please return to your seats as directed by the marshals after crossing the stage. We will try to keep this orderly, and please stay until everyone has crossed the stage, but vocal encouragement of your favorite graduate is very welcome. This is, after all, a celebration, albeit at 10 o'clock in the morning. Dr. Fee, when you're ready.
We will now recognize the graduates of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design. Bachelor of Design, Fashion and Technology, Natasha Bajwa. Iris Chow. Connie Ming Young Cheng. Erin Patricia Chisholm. Emmanuelle Laurence de Rocourt. Jasmine Kaur Dillon. Sandy Escalante. Susana Hernandez Rojas. Camille Huang. With distinction, Ho-Chi Huang. Lindsay Grace Martine Jenner. Joel Lawrence Parma Hoxson. Wing Han Emily Jiang. Janice Lofstrom. Chelsea Megan Manansala. Sierra Rachel McNeil. Lu Yi Ning. Hannah Catherine Pasquale. Josephine Robinson. Asta Sachdeva. Sierra Rain Southard. Naomi Sancier. Mai Lin Tron. Amelia Suzanne Justine Trofimau. Maria Patricia Taninko Victorino. Valeria Volkova. Chelsea Wong. Sarah Wong. Sarah Elizabeth Woodburn. Yi Swan Young. Bachelor of Design, Graphic Design for Marketing, Nicola Taylor Butner. Natalie Angelina Fitzpatrick. With distinction, Hannah Friesen. Mackenzie Lee Gooch. Hillary Aline Halderson. Kelly Lynn Sean Harris. Natasha Elizabeth Irene Jenkins. Cindy Hugh Yi Kong. Marlise Marie Lefort. Melissa Marlene Lee. Dustin Andrew Matos. Rosie Nicole Rekavaran. Ethan Stuhar. Melanie Wei Chen Tan. Stephanie Emma Tokarczuk. Fire Huan. Bachelor of Design, Product Design, Zhiyang Chai. Tien Thuan Duan. Xining Guo. Jerome Ivan Tang Medina. Keith Mathai Thomas. With distinction, Elisa Ying Meng Yao. Bachelor of Interior Design, Muriel Pfeifman. Tiana Louisa Rutledge Gibson. Michaela Job. Sasha Spiro Coury. Taylor Lamontagne. Hai Lei. Carol Darlene Ortiz Contreras. Natalie Angelina Parad de la Farode. Jessica Catherine Para. Danielle Karina Robinson. Yasmin Esfalani. With distinction, Christina Schonenberg. Yat Ling Ting. Danielle Viterli. Diploma in Fashion Marketing, Carly Marina Bardaro. With distinction, Megan Lee Bourassa. Lauren Sylvia Boyd. Jasmine Daliwal. Laura Elizabeth Dubé. Christina Gadiana. Nikki McKenzie. Nathan Christopher Peralta. Talia G. Van Riot. Jacqueline Ashley Lee Regier. Michelle Young. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Science and Horticulture. Bachelor of Science Honors, major in Applications of Mathematics, Justin Davies. With distinction, Sky Elizabeth Dory Hall. With distinction, Peter Ryan Stevens. Bachelor of Science Honors, Major in Health Science, Remy Afros, with distinction. Bachelor of Applied Science in Sustainable Agriculture, Kirsten Jane Guest. Jessica Hill. Emily Grace McEachern. Nicholas Adrian Welser. With distinction, Eric Ryan Wershing. Bachelor of Horticulture Science, major in Plant Health, with distinction, Allison Mary Grunen. Mark Holy Lim. With distinction, Samantha Marsh. With distinction, Adriana Patricia Niels. Piers Sapala. Bachelor of Horticulture Science, major in Urban Ecosystems, Richard Martin Blackwell. With distinction, Shina Lee Carter. With distinction, Sarah Puchek. Bachelor of Horticulture, with distinction, Glenn Schaafsma. Bachelor of Science, major in Applications of Mathematics, Jennifer Lynn Causey. Mengxin Su. Bachelor of Science, major in Biology, Rajneet Kaur Chana. Nada Ayman El Nijar. Megan Kenny. Conlon James Magell. Colton Muirhead. Prabdeep Kaur Purewal. Shaghayed Rakhed. Maria Dolor Vargas Santelices. Rebecca Elizabeth Williams. Bachelor of Science, major in Physics for Modern Technology, Sarah Kiyoko Yoshitomi. Associate of Science degree in Biology, Manjinder Singh Griwal. Associate of Science in General Sciences, Lovepreet Singh Boparai. Sukhmani Dhillon. Harneet Kaur Gill. Arushi Gupta. With distinction, Haley Marie Halliday. With distinction, Ashley Ann Michaela Ives. Harmanjot Kaur. Parvenreet Kaur. Ramandeep Kaur. Sharon Sandra Miriam Pillai. Robert Muncy. Preeti. Gurpreet Kaur Sahota. Diploma in Brewing and Brewery Operations, Ruben Saul Berta. Adam Carlton Chittick. Ryan Cloet Jurgens. Diploma in Computer-Aided Design and Drafting, Wanran Chen. Lee Frank Feng. With distinction, Sheldon Shivneel Gounder. With distinction, Colin Jackson Job. Jaspreet Singh Kokar. Reynal Sumit Kumar. Jonina Aquino Mariano. With distinction, Japmeet Singh Virk. Diploma in Horticulture Technology, Landscape Design and Installation, Landscape Horticulture, with distinction, Mitchell Boyd. Rajinder Singh Brar. Carrie Ann Hammond. Brittany Anna Louisa Price. Elisa Walters. Diploma in Horticulture Technology, Sustainable Crop Production, Horticulture, with distinction, Heather Alexandra Borden. Jashandeep Kaur Brar. Elizabeth Ann Kitura. Gurkanwal Preet Kaur Mali. Sarabjit Singh. Diploma in Horticulture Technology, Turf Management, Kevin Derrick Robertson. Diploma in Science, Rachel Elizabeth Hintz. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Science and Horticulture, and this concludes the presentation of our graduates.
Well, graduates, it's your turn. I give you this opportunity to acknowledge your family and friends who have supported you during your studies. Stand up, turn around, and please make some noise. All right, sit down. It's the last authority I'll have. Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. Salvador Ferreras will present the Student and Distinguished Service Awards.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. The Dean's Medal is awarded to the KPU student normally achieving the highest GPA in a faculty. The Dean's Medal recipient has demonstrated academic excellence and has contributed in some way to community service, support of other students and the learning environment, or has made significant contributions to their field of study. The Dean's Medal for Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design is awarded to Elisa Yao. Alyssa began her post-secondary career as an engineering student before pursuing her interest in sustainable design. Developing hands-on skills and continuing to grow her business in the process, Alyssa has been an exceptional student and ambassador for both the Wilson School of Design and the value of KPU's unique mandate as Canada's only polytechnic university. Congratulations, Alyssa. The Dean's Medal for the Faculty of Science and Horticulture is awarded to Eric Wershing. Eric Wershing's dedication to sustainability led him to studying at KPU, and his passion and commitment to the subject has been evident throughout his education. Eric has given much of his time to the KPU community, serving as a student representative on the Board of Governors. In fact, he grilled me for about an hour during one of the board meetings, and I'll never forget that. Nice job. I was very proud. An active member of the Kwantlen Student Association, a student representative of the Science and Horticulture Faculty Council, and the president of the Sustainable Agriculture Student Association. Congratulations, Eric. On behalf of the Governor-General of Canada, the Collegiate Bronze Academic Medal is awarded annually to a KPU student who, in the opinion of the selection committee, has attained the highest academic standing in the graduation year of a two-year diploma program. It is one of the highest academic honors KPU can bestow. The Governor-General's Collegiate Bronze Academic Medal is awarded to Mitchell Boyd. Mitchell has always loved and appreciated nature. Seeking a way to blend his love of nature and desire to be creative, he pursued his interest at KPU, and his passion for what he does has continued to be a driving force behind his success. Though it hasn't always been easy to find a balance between studying and working, Mitchell's hard work and determination have paid off. Now, his goal is to continue connecting people in nature, helping creative, positive habitats and green spaces that can be enjoyed for years to come. Congratulations, Mitchell. KPU's Board of Governors established the George C. Wooten Award to recognize outstanding dedication, service, and contribution to the university system. This award considers a student's contribution to the community, KPU, or voluntary activities, as well as academic success. The George C. Wooten Award is awarded to Remy Afroz. Coming to Canada as a young adult, Remy Afroz wanted to pursue her dream of going to medical school. As a health science student at KPU, Remy has been the recipient of numerous awards and scholarships and remains on the Dean's Honor Roll. She founded the Health Science and Action Club, which currently sits at 170 members, and was actively involved in the first ever student-led health and wellness convention, which saw over 250 students, staff, and community members come together. With the belief that dreams have no expiry date, Rimi, now a mother of 4, hopes to continue her studies with plans to pursue a PhD using her background in health science and research to improve care for underprivileged women and children. Congratulations, Rimi. Distinguished Service Awards honor and recognize exceptional long-standing service to KPU and to the educational community that it serves. The Distinguished Service Award is awarded to Maureen Moore. Maureen has been a KPU employee for over 4 decades. Seeing the institution grow from a college to a university college and now a polytechnic university, she has been an integral member of the KPU community. Working in the office of the registrar, she has played a key role in helping students graduate, seeing them through some of their most exciting and demanding times at KPU. Despite knowing the ins and outs of graduation and convocations like no other, she continues to look for ways to improve the experience and works tirelessly behind the scenes. She has had a role in some way, shape, or form in helping almost every KPU alumnus to graduate. Her thorough knowledge of admissions, registration, and student records has made her an expert and department go-to person for others, and her participation and passion extends to numerous committees and activities. As KPU evolved, Maureen oversaw the shift from paper to online academic calendars and has seen the registration transform from an on-campus, in-person experience to the online registration and fee system in use today. She has been pivotal in the overall operations of KPU's banner system and shares a unique perspective on how all of KPU's departments interact. Her willingness to help, her student-centered approach to all that she does, and her extensive knowledge of KPU make her a valued asset to the university and students alike. Congratulations, Maureen.
It is time to hear from Zena Mitchell, who's going to provide a welcome to the newest members of the KPU Alumni Community.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we now get to bring the ceremony full circle. Graduates, it was just over an hour ago, I was giving you instructions about how things would unfold once the ceremony was underway. I then had the privilege of greeting each of you personally before you made your way across the stage and received your medallion. Now I have the honor of officially welcoming you into the KPU Alumni Community. I do that not only as Master of Convocation, but as your University Registrar and as a proud KPU alumna myself. It was a number of years ago when I was right where you are, holding my parchment full of pride, having just completed my studies. I'm now delighted to extend my sincerest congratulations to you, our newest graduates, and to your loved ones, and on behalf of our alumni community, to say welcome. Welcome to an alumni community that now numbers nearly 53,000. The word alumni is derived from the Latin word alere, which means to nourish or foster. As you leave your student status behind and become alumni of this university, I hope you will remember KPU as a place where your mind was nourished and where you built the foundation on which you will now navigate your career path. A place where thought truly does meet action. Just when you thought your journey at KPU had come to an end, I'm here to tell you that this is just the beginning as new alumni. You received a superb education from this university, and we look forward to hearing about your future achievements. There will be many of them, I'm sure. You are now all KPU ambassadors in the workplace, in the community, around the world. Carry that KPU banner proudly as you embark on the next part of your journey, and just know that your success is our success. We will always be rooting for you. We'll be championing your achievements. We will always be with you. The KPU Alumni Community is your lifelong connection to your alma mater. We strive to provide you with the relevant resources to help build and maintain your success, including rewards and benefits exclusive to our alumni. KPU alumni are all over the world doing incredible things. They're making it better, they're making it more interesting, they're making it theirs. Welcome to this esteemed community where you can inspire and be inspired by your fellow graduates. We wish you every success, every joy, every triumph, and look forward to staying in touch. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Zena. I'd like to close with a few words specifically about this university and its importance to our community within the context of the crucial role that universities of all shapes and sizes play in our society. KPU is a university for our times, a polytechnic university, open and accessible and relevant to both local needs and the global issues of our society. A university that is driven by teaching and learning, enriched by our research and scholarship, and engaged with our communities. Our mission is to create opportunities for all learners to achieve success, to prepare them for rewarding work, for engaged citizenship, and for a lifetime of continued learning. And certainly all the evidence we have from employers and alumni is that we achieve these goals in many ways. And beyond that, KPU is part of a global community of thousands of universities founded upon and dedicated to the great ideals of civilization: liberty, truth, sustainability, beauty, and justice. And they respect and preserve culture and languages and ideas and inspire their learners and others to do the same and to become active agents in creating a better world, whatever their field of study. In order to do this, universities have for centuries cherished their autonomy and the academic freedom of their faculty and learners, and their right and their responsibility to always question the status quo and to explore new knowledge while tackling complex issues, and to do so respectfully, ethically, and thoughtfully. At KPU, though still very young as a university, we continue this tradition, and not just by dressing up twice a year like extras in a Harry Potter movie. There are serious reasons for the pomp and ceremony here at Convocation, in addition to being, we hope, an appropriate celebration of your success. It reminds us all of the hard-won freedoms that universities continue to protect and to foster on behalf of society. And if you read or watch any news media, you'll quickly realize that these freedoms should never be taken for granted. So keep up the tradition. Whatever your line of work, try always to be open, skeptical, questioning, respectful, and kind. All of us here have had the honor and the privilege of helping each of you along the way in reaching your educational goals. Thank you for choosing us. Friends and family, thank you all for all you've done in supporting our graduates and for being here today. I don't think I've ever seen so many elected officials on the platform and in the audience. Thank you so much. It's a very busy day on Fridays. It's your day in your constituencies. You've taken time to share that day with us, and it's very powerful for our graduates to know that you're here. Minister Sims, Mr. Ralston, thank you very much. MLAs Begg, Bra, Cadieux, and Reddy's. Sounds like a law firm, but thank you all for being here. And Suk Dhaliwal, thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule too. Rimi, I don't know what to say about your speech. It's so powerful. It's so amazing. You're such an amazing person. And we're all very proud to count you as an alumna of this university. Today was a historic convocation because it was the first We had the first graduate, Sarah, who is the first graduate to cross the stage with a Bachelor of Science in Physics for Modern Technology. And it's one of those degrees that sort of appeared in my lifetime here, and now we have the first graduate. We all feel very proud, and it's a wonderful program, and we look forward to great things from those graduates in the future. And Maureen, every student here, as Dr. Ferreira's mentioned, has been influenced by your work, has been helped by your work. Maureen's been associated with KPU for 46 years, which, as a student, somebody who was employed part-time as a student, then as a full-time employee. Her father was a dean here, and your daughter is a graduate of KPU, so this is her last day of work at KPU. So, as this time of the year, we report out to the Board of Governors and to the government about what we've done in the academic year of 17-18. That's how we kind of work in the academic world. And it becomes us to figure out what it is that we did so that we can report on it. And I go through all the board reports and count what we did in the community, when the community came in. And over again, I realize that pretty well every instance has been initiated and undertaken with support of their deans and their deans' offices by the faculty of this institution. It's just unbelievable. And I only count the things that they tell me about. There's probably lots of other things to do, but grads, I'd like you to help me by standing up one more time and celebrating the fantastic faculty who've brought you here today, if you wouldn't mind doing that. Thank you. Well, this concludes our convocation. I'd like to thank all those who have been involved in the planning and execution of this week's ceremony. It's been a wonderful week, a joyous week. I invite you all to join us at the reception across the way in Surrey, Maine for hugs and photos. And so go forth. Graduates, if you haven't got one already, take the advice my father gave to me when I graduated. Those 3 little words that mean so much: get a job. Chancellor Melville, please dismiss the convocation. Please rise and remain standing until the platform party and the graduates have exited the convocation. Thank you.
In honor of our deep respect for the Kwantlen First Nation, I offer this blessing in harmony with and with deep respect for the many faiths and philosophic traditions represented here today. As you continue on life's journey, may you walk tirelessly. May the Creator walk with you. May His peace be in your minds. May her love be in your hearts. All my relations. I declare this convocation dismissed.